Greetings shipmates and welcome to a new episode of Let's Make Mistakes. Today we are looking at the European destroyer Friesland, originally from the Dutch Navy, so you do get a nice Dutch voiceover. This was a standard DD build to go out first, so there's no IFHE on this, but I've done a few games I've clipped together just to compare them and what the AA looks like. Now the first ship out we've happened to come across here is a Kitty Kazi, which pound for pound of this tier is one hell of a gumbo. So this is quite a good example of what we could probably look to trade against. I'm not going to give him too much option to get too close and see me, but I am going to start getting through the gunfire quickly. Now there is a Mogador coming around the other side, but I'm pretty sure, I'm just watching the other side as well now, I think this was exclusively our kill. He's got 16,200 hit points there, and we have managed to take the whole lot off of him in double quick time, and he is a gunner. We did eat a torpedo there, but yeah, we should have been paying more attention there. Hence I thought we get a nice view of port. This is what the slipway looks like when there's no ship in it. The ship that should currently be in there is that Friesland, but it's not there at the moment. It will be back very, very shortly, and then we will proceed to look at the next stage of engagement of the ship. So, what is the AA like? Now, this is the first one out, first game out, and second game out, and there's the Implacable. So, I've turned my camera to the left, I've engaged my AA sector and my defensive AA, and that is 7 aircraft swiftly dispatched very, very quickly. And we can see the damage counter still ticking there in the top right. So as an AA platform isn't bad. This is without the AA module either, and the AA bubble is 3.5 and 6 kilometers. So if you catch a plane inside it and then you release, you get the whole lot. This was from 6 kilometers out, and this was a quick co-op game to test this again. So we let this go straight away. Priority sector right, defensive AA on, shooting at the terrible one. That's 12 aircraft. They're gone. That was from a midway. And by the end of this game, I think there was a quick screenshot I put here on the end. You can see that we shredded a significant amount of aircraft. There we go, 31 aeroplanes downed. So that's a pretty effective AA platform as well. I think this will be excellent in divisional play. So what does he do against the big battleships? This is a pre-IFHE game, so we were just cruising around here. We picked up this Monarch and started loosing. Now the fire chance was obviously quite high, as you can well see. We've already started a couple of fires on her here. Now I was staying on it for a while. I know I should switch to AP, but I wanted to see how much we were going to rack up. And we see the damage is just not penetrating. The non-pens are clicking in time after time there. So I have now switched up to AP. We'll see what the AP damage is like. And the numbers are pretty good. I know we're still hitting the middle of it, but I wanted to see how much damage we was going to get and if that area of the ship was still saturated before moving on to the nose. But we didn't get a chance to finish, and as we can see, we're scoring penetration after penetration with these advanced AP angles. So AP works pretty well against broadside in battleships. HE not so much. Once you've started those fires, the amount of damage is going to be limited. Again, we're going to get a chance here to see as we drop smoke quite close to the end of this game that we've got a Jean Bart there and a Musashi pushing in behind us, so we just dropped our smoke here, started some fires on the Jean Bart, switched over to start some fires on the Musashi. The plan was to switch up to some AP, but we did not get the opportunity because the game ended. But there is yet another fire, and this game is going to vaporise out. So yeah, she's a good HE fire starter as well, but it's not particularly great for getting those penetration. You can see we're racking up. We've got 33, 34 there, and not much more. We loosed again on the Jean Bart. She's already on fire. Switched to AP, and now we've respec to IFHE to see what we can get from it. Now, a good example here was the Roma. So a tier 8 battleship just coming in on the cap here. Now we're going to do two things here. We're going to ambush and we're going to fire. The ambush is coming momentarily. I still had AP loaded from the previous game, but you can see that smoke counter there at 2 minutes, and that's going to creep out for a while. So it is excellent smoke, and the hydro goes out to 5 kilometers as well. So she's good at creeping in or stealthing in, as we're going to see very, very shortly in this same game clip. So I can see now we're getting, I think a few of these were shatters on the belt as well, but we're getting more hits, more penetrations now off the HE, and then another Kitty Kazi's turned up. Well, this is brilliant because we can compare straight away where we was doing the damage earlier, and we can see the numbers are clicking in higher than they were before. We're getting a lot more pens and we're doing more damage straight off the bat than we did before. Now, as he's decided to drop smoke there, I've decided, obviously, one, we need to leave because we're in the smoke cloud. The torpedoes are coming, and smoke clouds attract torpedoes. But to close down the distance of the Kitikaze with the intention of murdering him and stealing his smoke. You'll notice on the back turret there, the back turret's also swung from left to right as well as I move the camera across. Yet they are 360-degree turret guns, which is very, very handy for changing orientation of the weapons quickly. Kitty's trying to reverse back. We brought her in the hydro range. Stay on the IFHE for a little while. She is angled, but I want to see what we're going to get early doors again. Again, we're getting good damage numbers there. Not as much of a fire chance, obviously, with IFHE. There's one. As she changes, we're going to switch to AP now, see what the angling does there, because the Kitty does eat full penetrations from this angle. And she is nearly gone, and she is farewell. And there's another first blood. So, let's have a look at the build. This is kind of what I've settled on for the time being. Although it may change, you may use the AA. It depends on divisional play, but only with a 17-point captain. So, main armaments modification 1 was the first choice. I mean, it's the same 3, so pretty much the same thing. I chose to go for propulsion first. I haven't tried steering gears yet, but traditionally, using them is pain in the backside. Aiming systems mod 1, although AA guns may be better in there at this point. Propulsion just to get her underway nice and quick, and concealment. So she's a concealment build at the moment, and she should probably stay reasonably that way. And then a main battery, so we've got a faster reload because the gun traverse is plenty fast enough as it is. On the ammunition and consumables, now there's nothing else in slot, as we'll just look at quickly here. So you can have your smoke generator, repair. You can go for your defensive AA, and you can go for your hydros, but only on your premium slots. So that's all that's available in those slots. So you don't have to make any choices or any compromises there. That is exactly what it is. So we'll have a look at the captain build next. At the moment, I'm only on 17 points. So I've gone with the basic priority target. Then we've gone for last stand, survivability expert, concealment expert, then probably IFHE and BFT, because it brings that reload down to 1.4 seconds as well. So that's an absolute must. I mean, there's options to play around here. I'll probably take the last 2 in Adrenaline Rush, but maybe you could go with RPF instead of IFHE and just become a pure DD hunter is an option. I'm not sure about the extra consumables really required on this ship, but just play around, see what it is. This is what I've settled on. This is what's working at the moment. But here she is. She looks very, very pretty in port as well. So I'm quite pleased with this. I do say thank you very much, of course, because this ship was provided by my loyal subs and people that kindly donate to my channel. And as promised, this is where the money's spent. We bought the ship so we could show the ship off. I do thank you very much for watching. Please do like and subscribe to the video. Comments below are always appreciated. Every little does help. I have been Bravadoh. Until we sink again, Bravadoh out.